This sounds exactly like my On one of the warm, sunny days we had this week, I started my morning by making fresh orange juice, soaking up the sun rays coming into the apartment, and reading my literary review magazine. Mark gave me a subscription, and I've been enjoying the short stories and book reviews with my morning drink. I just finished getting ready. I kind of had a slow start to my morning, making orange juice and reading for a bit. But now I want to pick my fragrance for today. It's supposed to be very sunny, 30 degrees almost, but I think I'm mostly gonna stay home today and do a bit of baking and maybe read. I want to tell you about some books that I got gifted. And yeah, so I'm thinking maybe something more skin scent or subtle. I've been really liking this one for spring, the Margiela Lazy Sunday Morning, which I've made a short form review of that, but it's more like a clean white sheet kind of fragrance, like something very fresh, very clean. It's not too powerful also, which is nice when you're just at home. So I think I'm gonna go with this one today. I just have the smaller travel size version, but it's enough. I've worn it quite a bit this spring. For my outfit today, I'm wearing this little lace detail top that I got in France a few years ago. It was kind of just a random beachside shop, and I found it there and I thought it was pretty. My skirt is by Cezanne. I don't know if they have this exact one in stock, but they usually have a white skirt, so I can link something similar. And so my plan now is baking a batch of breakfast muffins. If you've been watching the videos, you know I make those quite often. For this week, I'm thinking maybe like a lemon twist on a classic vanilla muffin. I think that would be nice and summery. since we're having warm, sunny days lately. And maybe I'll just put a movie while I'm baking that, and yeah, take my time doing that. I find baking really relaxing. It's mostly why I do it. I've also really been loving this lip combo recently, and it's the Rhode Peptide Lip Shape in Lean, which is just like a brown mauvey shade. That I kind of just use to overline my lips a little bit, and then I shade in the sides, the corners, and then I go on with Teacup, and it's their pocket blush, but I use it also on my lips. And I kind of just dab it in the middle, and then either I use my finger or I'll use the little applicator tip and kind of just blend it with the lip liner. And I really like the combo of these two, so thought I'd share Teacup and Lean for the shaper. I put on Notting Hill with Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant, which I've seen plenty of times and still love just as much. The lemon muffins turned out really well, but a bit dense and on the smaller side, so I'll keep working on the recipe before I share it with you.
My sister's birthday. Shit, we're meant to be having dinner.
Okay, that's fine.
No, be my date to my little sister's birthday party.
If it's all right.
Any problem with Owen? It's fine,
blonde, sweet looking. You know, what's the name? That's an orgasm every time you take her out for a cup of coffee.
Penguin coats. Usually we do.
So like I mentioned this morning, Ontario Creates sent me a selection of some of the finalists for this year's Trillium Book Awards, which is for Ontario writers. They cover poetry, fiction, nonfiction, and they sent me a little summer reading list. We have 3 English and 3 French. Suddenly Light by Nina Dunet, I believe, is a collection of 15 short stories. We the Kindling by Otonia J. Okot Bitek. This one is about three friends, I believe. Three friends who years ago, when they were school children, survived capture by the Lord's Resistance Army. Now, as the women go about their new lives in the city, shopping, caring for their children, planning and thinking about what the future might hold, we come to understand how deeply their past haunts the present. This sounds exactly like my kind of book. Then we have You Will Not Kill Our Imagination by Sahid Tibai. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'll look it up. But it's a memoir of Palestine and writing in dark times. This one I picked, I really wanted to read it. What does it mean to be of a people who have sustained such a large-scale assault not only on their homeland but also on their entire identity? What is the role of art, of language, of imagination? It's gonna be good. And then the three French book that they sent, L'Épingle Filante by Noémie Roy. It's a poetry book about having a child in the current political and world climate, and kind of the duality of doing something good and something we are supposed to be doing, and also birthing someone in the current climate. And then House by Lisa Leher, which is this poetry as well? Yes, it's poetry, and if I remember correctly, it's about the violence done towards women and marginalized people. And then the last one is Maman Bleu by Sarah Mignon, which is also about motherhood and kind of the postpartum depression, having difficulties understanding who you are after you have a child, and kind of connecting with your baby. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited to be reading all of these, and I'll give updates as I read them. I just placed an order for a Pokeball somewhere near my house, so I'm gonna go and pick that up and have it ready for tonight. It's just me. Mark has soccer tonight, so I didn't really feel like cooking anything. So I thought that would be nice, and I think I'm just gonna spend the evening reading my book and relaxing. I'm gonna read a few pages of my book. I'm currently reading Let's Explore Diabetes with Owls by David Sedaris. I'm about halfway through. It's a collection of short stories and essays that he writes. Some of them in this particular book are fiction, but usually he writes satirical nonfiction. So that's my setup, and my poke bowl is just a marinated salmon poke. My book, my candles, I'm all set. Later that night, I showered and changed into my PJs before making a cup of tea and continuing to read my book in bed until I fell asleep. It's starting to get pretty hot at night, so I'd like to get a new summer nightgown. If you have any recommendations, let me know. For my fragrance, I'm gonna go with Salt and Stone, Saffron and Cedar. I've been sleeping pretty badly lately, so I'm gonna go with the Twinings Goodnight Blend for tonight. I'm enjoying the book. David Sedaris has a unique ability to draw you into his stories with humor and self-deprecation. And the next thing you know, you're in deep and thinking about them for days. He mixes humor and personal reflection perfectly. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.